Saint John bears the scars of many years of heavy industry. It's caused pollution and in some cases damage to the city's surrounding environment. But that's something an environmental group is aiming to change right in the middle of the city. Adrian Chung went down the creek to find out more.
Quiet, serene, idyllic. Just the sound of canoe paddles on the water. If you didn't know any better, you might think this is the middle of the countryside. But this is Marsh Creek. Located in an industrial area of Saint John, it has seen a lot of pollution, and it empties out onto Courtenay Bay and onward into the Bay of Fundy.
The biggest issue from a habitat perspective in this part of Marsh Creek is the fact that the bottom is heavily laden with sediment, so sand in particular. And that comes from construction runoff, it comes from winter road salting and sanding operations, and all things eventually run into the creek.
Tim Vickers is the executive director of the Atlantic Coastal Action Program, better known as ACAP. It's a community environmental group. This summer, ACAP members are teaming up with volunteers from businesses like Irving and Xerox to plant new trees along the banks of Marsh Creek, developing plant and biodiversity that has been missing.
It passes by commercial, industrial, residential areas, but it still has an abundance of wildlife. There's fish in here. It's a green belt. So again, it is the community that we live in, and it's nothing that we want to tuck out of sight, out of mind.
Now, this area of Marsh Creek is a part most St. Johners never get to see. When they hear Marsh Creek, they think the harbor end, which is full of raw sewage. But here, the vegetation is everywhere, and the water is clear.
Today, volunteers were hard at work planting white pine and white cedar trees. They're aiming to plant over 300 in 3 days.
And I think it's something that is long-term. It's something that our kids can enjoy when they get older. It's not something that's just going to last one day, and it's something we can watch develop throughout the years as well.
ACAP members say their work isn't done yet. They hope one day there may be a walking and biking path right here, so all St. Johners can enjoy the view. Adrian Chung, CBC News, St. John.